Are you looking for peace of mind at your doorstep? Look no further. With the Blink Video Doorbell, your home's entrance is always within your control. Check out the link in the video description to learn more and get your Blink Video Doorbell on Amazon. Your home is in your hands.
Thames Water has been thrown into special measures as the industry regulator paved the way for average bills to rise by £94 in the next 5 years. Ofwat yesterday put Britain's biggest water utility on notice that it must clean up its act as concerns mounted that the company could collapse. That would present a huge industrial crisis for Sir Keir Starmer, who has ruled out nationalising the sector. It came as the watchdog said water companies can raise prices by 21%, or an average of £94, by 2030, allowing them to go on an £88 billion spending spree to fix ailing infrastructure. There are significant variations in price changes between suppliers. Under the plans, Southern Water customers will face a £183 increase over 5 years, while DWR Cymru customers' bills will go up by £137 and Yorkshire Water customers will pay £107 more. Chancellor Rachel Reeves said huge bill increases would be a bitter pill for consumers amid outrage over sewage being dumped in Britain's rivers. And Environment Secretary Steve Reid said, after a meeting with the bosses of England and Wales' 16 water companies, that it marked a reset moment. He blamed the higher bills on 14 years of Conservative failure and said he will ensure that can never happen again. Campaigners said households were being punished by greedy water companies who have paid out billions to shareholders. But in a blow to debt-laden Thames Water, the regulator blocked its plan to hike bills by 44% over the next 5 years and said the increase must be capped at 22%. The decision throws doubt on the supplier's ability to raise urgent cash from shareholders, fueling fears that the company could collapse. Ofwat placed Thames Water in special measures that could see the business split up into several different water suppliers, a limit on the amount of debt it can take on, or a public listing to raise extra cash. The watchdog said the firm, which supplies 16 million customers in London and the South East, can raise average bills by £99 by 2030. Thames Water wanted to charge households £191 more by the end of the decade. That would have seen bills rise to £627 a year, compared with £535 under Ofwat's plan. Thames Water must now review its rescue strategy and report regularly to the regulator on how it is progressing. It also has to submit a financial resilience plan after warning it only has enough cash to survive until May next year. And an independent monitor could be appointed with full access to company files to report to Ofwat. It comes after the regulator this week said it would look into Thames Water's payment of a £196 million dividend and £754,000 in executive bonuses. A Thames Water spokesman said, "We welcome the opportunity to provide Ofwat with further evidence about the need for the investment we plan to make, our costs and how we will deliver it." Russ Mould, investment director at AJ Bell, said Ofwat's decision may increase the likelihood of a government bailout. But the Prime Minister said the nationalisation of water utilities is not on the agenda. "I don't want bills to be so punishing for people," Starmer told LBC. "So we will have a plan to get to grips with that in terms of governance of water. But that requires us to deal with both the pollution and the bill side of it. That doesn't involve nationalization, but it does involve making sure the regulations we have are properly enforced, looking at possible further regulation, and something I'm very keen on, which is to have sort of personal responsibility from the top." Other water firms were also knocked back by Ofwat, including Severn Trent, which was told it can raise bills for its 4.6 million customers in the Midlands by up to £93. Less than the £144 increase it had asked for. South East Water, which this week also warned it was at risk of running out of money, will be allowed to hike bills by £18 rather than £51. The knockback on bill increases is a big blow to water companies and means they're going to have to invest their cash very efficiently if they're to have any chance of meeting the regulator's demands, Aaron Chikri, equity analyst at Hargreaves Lansdowne, said. James Wallace, the chief executive of campaign group River Action, said, "These bill hikes punish households struggling with the cost of living crisis for the abject failure of greedy water companies to invest in the